Hey everyone, welcome back to the SEL. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest run of 3-rail O-scale Hotbox Reefers from Lionel. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So Lionel offered these in their 2024 Volume 2 catalog, and they offered 5 paint schemes. They offered a O'Leary Dairies Hotbox Reefer, an Illinois Central, as you see here, an Atlantic Coastline, Great Northern, and a Railway Express Agency version. I picked these two because, for one, I felt like the Railway Express can run on just about anything that I put it on, and the Illinois Central at one point owned a controlling interest in the Central of Georgia, so I thought it would be appropriate to get that one as well. So moving in closer here so you can kind of see some of the details here. We have these nice ladders separately applied. We have a brake wheel. We have the electrical coupler, which can be thrown from the Legacy remote, the Cap3 app, so on and so forth. And we have the hatches here, which we'll look at here in a second, which is where the smoke fluid is added in. Now, before we move up top and look at the top of the car, let's look inside the car here for a second. So here is where all the controls are for the car. You have your volume pot here, your smoke on and off, your sound, max and min, and your run program switch. Now moving up top here, we'll open one of the hatches here. This is the hatch that has the smoke fluid reservoir in it. Now in the past, and Lionel even mentions this in the instructions, you had to remove a gasket here in order to be able to load the smoke fluid, and that's not the case anymore. So apparently the gasket in there has a little slit, and I verified this because I took it out because it looked like to me it still had a gasket in it. There is a gasket here, but at the bottom of the gasket there is a slit for you to load the smoke fluid in, and it's just same as always. Just load it like that, and it will load itself that way. Here's the bottom of one of these Hotbox cars, and if you're curious, this is the bottom of the RDA version. You have 2 pickup rollers. You have the sensor here that you use that the car uses to censor how fast you're going and things like that, so that way it knows how or when to start the sequences and everything. You have LEDs underneath this truck here, and I'll see if I can get a better shot of one as I'm talking here, of the lights that flicker to simulate the fire for the smoke. And the smoke output is right here underneath the coupler, so it's in a really good spot to simulate the actual hotbox sequence. But you have all this really nice bright rigging and detailing here, and you have the speaker here for all the sound system. Now I've gone ahead and powered up the track and added these cars back to my Atlas Reefer train, so that way I can kind of show you guys some of the sounds here. So what I'll do is here I have it plugged into my phone, and we'll do the loading sequence for this first car.
Okay, let's get those cars ready for ice. Watch your feet, those blocks are heavy. Keep that ice a-coming.
And it'll keep going as long as you hold down the button for it to load.
The ice is melting, for Pete's sake. Keep that ice a-coming. Okay, boss. Let's finish it up. Finally. Next up, produce.
All right, so now that we've done that, we'll pull the engine forward and we'll do the second part of the loading sequence on the second car.
We gotta load it up before it goes bad. You got those waybills ready? Joe's got them over there. Don't forget those oranges. Don't spill the oranges. You got those waybills ready? Joe's got them over there. Don't spill the lemons. Load those lemons. Let's keep rolling. Close it up. We're done here. These cars are ready to roll.
All right, and now I'll do a quick lap around the layout, and then we'll go back to the Illinois Central and we'll do the unloading sequence before we move on to the hotbox sequence.
Guys, let's go. Stack that cabbage over there. Hey, stack all those strawberries in the corner over here. That car's empty. Next. All right, get those cars cleaned out. Let's make it happen. Let's go. I want to get home before dark. Let's knock this out. Make sure that car's empty before you close it out. I want these cars empty in 20. That's how it's done. Fresh produce all year round.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll this thing out. I'm going to use the F-19 in today's video because it's just one of the engine I happen to have on the layout already. But what we're also going to do is we're going to put these 3 items together in a train. So I already have it programmed in as a train, but I'll kind of do it again here so that way you guys can kind of see how to do it. So we're going to take the Cab 3 app here, and I'm going to set it to train 7 and hit enter. Then you're going to scroll up, hit add, and we're going to, in my case, we're going to add the Chesapeake and Ohio here, select, and then we're going to add again Illinois Central, add, REA. Now, in the engine's case, you're going to want to make sure horn and bell is enabled and dialogue is enabled. Then we'll move over to our first hotbox reefer and make it a train link device. That'll allow us to kind of switch in between the engine and the cars, so that way we can activate all of our sequences. Then we're going to go to the REA car and also enable it as a train link device. Then we're going to give it a train name. Since I've already kind of done one for Hotbox Reefer, I'm just going to do it Hot 2 because that's what I called the first one Hot. So that was easier to remember, but I'll just do Hot 2 in this case. And then we're going to do back. And it's going to ask us if you want to confirm update. You want to update the train record. You're going to say yes. And it'll take a second. And then it'll build the train. All right, and now we're ready to move it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so while the train's coming back around here, we're going to go to the train link button here, and it'll cycle to the Illinois Central car. So to trigger the sequence, you hit this flag button here. So it'll start here in a second, and it'll probably do it as soon as it passes the camera here.
We'll be making good time on this run.
We'll see it actually start to catch fire.
From the caboose. Drown it out. We need another fire extinguisher. Whew, man, I'll tell you what. Car doctor's going to want to take a look at this car. Just pull this car out of the train and onto the siding. I didn't plan on this today. That's for sure. Whew. I hate days like this. I hear you on that.
Alright, I will do the other sequence for this car too. There's really not a whole lot of variation. There is some, but there is a little bit of variation, so I guess I'll run both. But there are also some extra sounds you can do, just to have extra freight sounds. If you hit the A button, you kind of get a clickety-clack sound. And then with B, you kind of get some more of the grinding of the rails and wheels. But I will go ahead and trigger the sequence for this one too, so that way you kind of can hear both cars.
Should be a smooth run today. Old Ben's engineering again. Should be a smooth run today. Old Ben's engineering again. We should make schedule this run. Wake me when we get there. What is that sound? I hope we don't have a problem. What is that sound? I hope we don't have a problem. What is that sound? I hope we don't have a problem. Oh, I think we have a big problem. Might be occidental. Engineer, stop the train. We got a hotbox. Looks like a blazer. That ain't gonna be good at all. I see smoke and flames. Emergency stop! We gotta put out that fire!
Watch out! Flames are shooting out from the other side, too. Drown it out! We need another fire extinguisher. I didn't plan on this today. That's for sure. Whew, man, I'll tell you what. The car doctor's going to want to take a look at this car. Whew, I hate days like this. I hear you on that. Okay, we can move on now. But we're going to need to get this car back to the yard.
So that about do it for this one, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the cars. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Follow me on Instagram at Southern Eagle Lines. I'm also on Facebook under the same name. And I'll see you guys next week.